Hey there guys, it's Dr. George here from thehealthybear.com, and today this is actually a video that I've created here inside Parliament House in Canberra, Australia, and I wanted to share just a little bit of what I have been up to today. I'm here with actually a group called Doctors for Marriage Equity and Australian Marriage Equity, where we're actually talking to the politicians about the benefits that can be afforded to gay and lesbian Australians, as well as a whole range of other people, to be able to access the same rights that the average heterosexual person here in Australia is able to access. And it's been a very, very interesting process. But by far, it's been humbling to be able to speak to politicians and be able to discuss, from my perspective, about some of the medical aspects of being able to have a publicly recognised relationship. And this can include things like equal access to medical services. We know that constant denial of access to equality leads to higher levels of stress. It's well established that gay and lesbian people have higher rates of anxiety, depression, and in youth, suicide as well. We're now living with a population of ageing gay and lesbian people, and in some ways they've been lost in the system, that if they haven't been married, they may not be hooked up with many of the government services that are there. And it's been interesting to highlight this to the politicians about, that there are generations of people who are missing out on these services. Other interesting aspects is that there are some people who are born in the world with an indeterminate gender. They may be born intersex, and some people are born one sex and will later transition to be another sex. And for them, the actual idea of marriage is a very complex one, and certainly the government has not made it easy at all. If you are born intersex, then you can't actually marry anyone, which is very, very disturbing. And you highlight that to the politicians, and they're extremely interested indeed. Also today, our Prime Minister has announced that she will be one of the keynote speakers for the Australian Christian Lobby, which is it's a Christian political group, but basically majority of their press releases are about homosexuality and the nastiness of gays. And it's very disappointing to be here in Canberra, in Parliament House, and learning that the Prime Minister of Australia has agreed to speak to what is essentially a homophobic lobby group. Very disappointing indeed. But what I do want to reinforce is that there are people who care, who want equity, who want the rights of gay, lesbian, transgender, intersex people to be acknowledged. What we basically want to be able to say is that if two people are in love, if two people are committed to spending the life they love with each other, they should have the rights to get married. It doesn't come down to genitals, it doesn't come down to chromosomes, it comes down to love. Everybody has the right to love, everybody should have the right to equal opportunity and recognition of that love. And I hope that the work that I'm involved with and the work that many other people are doing behind the scenes is going to make a difference. So watch this space, and I urge you, please talk to your local politicians. If you are in a relationship and you would like it to be recognised, it's important that your politicians know, because currently they are scared. They are afraid that if they vote yes to equity of marriage, that they may lose their constituents. And we know that in Australia, 60% of people are pro-gay marriage, so it's worth considering. Take the time, let your local politician know that if you support the equity of marriage and the equity of recognition of love, no matter the gender. There you go. That's my day. I've got 2 more days of lobbying, and I'll be sure to keep you updated. Guys, have a wonderful week, and I'll let you know how it goes. Yours in good health, Dr. George. See you guys.